Hello and welcome. This is the very first episode of The Virgin and the Kinkster. My name is Mo. I'm the Virgin.
And I'm abcde Flash, and I'm the Kinkster.
So today we decided to talk about something very self-centered. We're going to talk about ourselves. We want to teach you or show you who the Virgin and the Kinkster are, how we met, and why we're doing this podcast.
Yep. I think it's a great start to a promising podcast.
So, how did we meet?
We met on Field, a dating app, a sex app, one would say.
So, it's a bit like Tinder, but it's more targeted at a niche audience. Think the target audience is the kink and BDSM community.
Or I think just generally for people who know what they want sexually, like people who will openly say that they're looking for sexual contact.
Yeah, probably. I know why I was on there. But we met there. I remember, I think it was in December last year.
Yep.
I was on the app for less than a week, and then I saw that you liked my profile.
Yes.
And what was your first impression of me? Why did you... why do you like it?
It was your photo. It was
my one photo. I only had
photo.
one photo, and it wasn't high effort. It was better than a bathroom selfie, but still, it was just
a good photo.
Well, thank you.
It was Mo with really nice curly dark hair, which is one of my things. Plus, you were reading a book. And as a bibliophile, that was very attractive to me. Dark curly hair and a book sold.
Yeah, and
you had good text. I don't remember that much because I've uninstalled Field in the meantime. But I also remember there was also a good text. It was not an empty profile, right? So...
yeah, I think it was something along the lines that
Did you mention there already that you didn't have a lot of experience, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say virgin, but it said, I think, young, inexperienced man looking... Oof, what was that? Oof.
For him, hot. No, I'm
okay.
kidding.
Yeah, well, young, inexperienced man looking for a woman who is open to change that with him.
Yeah, something like that.
There was something in there about, I suspect, a dominant side in me and, I don't know, some fluff, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. And for me, also you have an innocent face, which, I mean, I also had it on my Field profile. I'm really into innocent, sweet faces. But then, with, innocent, sweet faces of people who are very sadistic and dominant is my MO.
Yeah, that's right. I think back then I also, in the picture, I still were wearing glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I had these big glasses with a thick black frame, so they make your eyes look even bigger. And yeah, I think I looked very innocent and sweet.
Yes, you sure did.
Yeah, anyways, you liked my profile. And
we matched, yeah.
Then
Who wrote first, do you remember?
No.
I could imagine I wrote first, though, because I'm a very... active person, or not active, but I have no problems being the first one to write.
Actually, I'm not sure, because since I was the second person to,
but that's not how Field works. Anyone can write first.
Yeah, but I mean, you liked my profile, and then I saw that you liked my profile, and I liked yours back, and then we matched, and I got the match right away. I don't know if you had your phone in your hand. And then I probably sent you the first message.
Do you still have... I could reinstall Field and we could, see... I could imagine that I wrote you and was what book are you reading in that photo?
Yeah, you asked me that at one point.
Yeah.
But I think I sent the first message because I was, the good millennial I am, I went on YouTube before I installed any dating apps and watched all these videos on how to do online dating.
Yeah.
And... a lot of the stuff I learned is that as a man, you have to be, you need to be assertive and you need to open and
Bullshit, though.
Yeah, you threw a lot of that out of the window. Yeah, but it doesn't matter who wrote first. I think we started talking. I think we talked quite a lot on the day we matched. Yeah, we had a long conversation, and at one point I went back and looked at the conversation, and I had so many typos in there. Oh, why didn't you unmatch me then?
Why didn't I? Like, I don't know. I thought we had a really nice conversation flow. There was a lot of like kindness and compassion and understanding for each other.
Yeah, I think that was probably my first impression that I had of you. That you're really kind and open.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, on one hand, I was trying to follow this script that I heard online of how to do this, and then we just talked a lot. I mean, we talked a lot before anyone suggested meeting up.
But I think we met up quite quickly. It went within a week.
Yeah, I think so. We matched on Monday, I think, and on Friday we wanted to meet.
Yeah. And it was December 31st we first met.
No, you got sick.
Oh, yeah, because of like the COVID vaccination. Then did we meet on the 1st of January then? I
think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was the 1st of
2 days later.
No, I think it was actually the 1st of January. Yeah, great start to the year.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I was your first ever date, no?
You know, I wasn't sure if there was a date.
But it was, I mean, we met up.
Yeah, I mean, you very specifically called it a walk and talk, I think.
I always call them walk and talks,
Okay. And I was I didn't know what to expect, you know, like a date in my mind had some form of sexual or romantic potential.
Yeah, that's bullshit as well.
Okay, yeah, I mean, so I've learned. I remember the day before, I wasn't sure if I should bring condoms or not.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
I didn't, because they were the wrong size. And then I thought, whatever, that doesn't matter. But yeah, so we met.
We did meet. I picked you up at the train station, and you'd cut off your hair.
Yeah, but I warned you.
You did warn me, yeah.
I mean, I catfished you. But before meeting, I told you, I hope my hair is not the only thing you like about me, because, I cut them off.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so we met, you picked me up.
Yeah,
and
we went for a walk and talk.
Yeah, actually, there was one thing that I wrote before meeting that made you feel kind of uneasy. Do you remember?
No.
Because you said you're really interested and excited to meet me.
Yeah.
And I think I texted back that I'm a bit weirded out.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I regret having sent that message, because I thought that was something I could just tell you in person.
Yeah.
Because what I was feeling was that you saw me and you saw this guy who is 30 and doesn't have any experience.
Right. You thought I was fetishizing you.
Well, not fetishizing,
but like seeing you as an
object. This is this curiosity.
Right. Yeah, now I remember.
See, you know? And then I sent you this, vague message where I said, hey, I'm excited to meet you too, but I'm a bit weirded out.
Right.
And I didn't tell you why.
True.
So
and then
I left you hanging there.
A little cliffhanger. True. And then we talked about it, though, as soon as you arrived, right?
Yeah, that was I wanted to get that out of the way right from the start. I just told you, let's address the elephant in the room. That the reason why I wrote that message was because I did feel a bit weird about this. And yeah, that was it. I mean.
But I think I was able to convince you or show you that that's not the reason I was interested in meeting you, no?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thought about that since. So.
Yeah. I think for me, on field and stuff, what I'm, sure, I have a type kind of that I may be into, or I have my kinks and stuff, but at the end of the day, what I'm interested in is meeting kind, compassionate, open-minded people, no? And having a good conversation with them. So, or an exchange of sorts. And I think that's where we really like connected.
Yeah. So one thing that I remember that I really liked is I didn't know what you were doing for work. Like we didn't have small talk, you know. Normally,
I hate fucking small talk.
I dreaded about, or I still dreaded about meeting new people. Is that you go through the same old topics that no one wants to talk about.
You can skip it.
Exactly. But it's kind of, you need to be brave to break out of the societal norm.
Or have social anxiety like I do, and then it's just like default mode.
So we met. Yeah. We talked about, like, you talked a lot. Mainly. Like you told me about that. Was it the BDSM workshop or an orgy workshop or probably both?
Probably orgy. Maybe the orgy workshop. Maybe.
Yeah. I think with where you told me there were men who wanted to be treated like dogs.
Oh no! That was not a workshop. That was just a play party, like a sex party, where 2 dogs went at it, and it was like really exciting for me because it was the first time that I'd seen, 2 adult men dressed as dogs having a dog fight, and it was so fascinating to watch them just go at it, be dogs. It was amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine that's something you don't forget. No. You don't see it every day. Huh?
That's true. Yeah. I've never seen it since. So it was a one-time thing.
Yeah. So, we talked about how we met. Like,
yeah.
What do you think, or what was your...
But I also want to mention here, maybe this is only the 5th time that we have met in person.
Like, yeah, this today also, when we're recording this podcast.
Which is also really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we live quite far away. In fact, one curious thing about Field is I think it's fucking broken. Because when we live over 50 miles away from each other. Yeah. So 80 kilometers.
Yeah.
And I remember that I set my search radius on Field to 20 to 25 miles, I think.
Yeah.
And the profiles on Field are, or like unlike Tinder, you see all the profiles that match your criteria.
Yeah.
Like you can just scroll through them. And they are ordered by distance.
Yeah.
So the first profile is the person who is closest to you, and the last profile is the one that's far.
I didn't know that about Field, that's how it's...
I mean, it looks like that when you look at the distances. And your profile was the second.
Fuck yeah.
On my... So it feels like destiny almost that we met, you know?
But you know what? I think what it is as well, that in Switzerland, the dating pool is so small. Like, Field is, like, okay, it's becoming a bit more mainstream. But I think that's why Field is just like, yeah, they'll throw in all the profiles. Fuck the radius.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think it was just...
Lucky us.
Lucky us, yeah, I would say that too. Yeah, I'm on a tangent. What were we talking about?
We kind of digressed. We were talking about like how we met.
This is the 5th time.
The 5th time that we've met.
So,
person.
You know, I came to your city twice. You came to mine once. We met somewhere. Well, it was supposed to be in between, but that turns out it wasn't.
Yeah. Mo and I wanted to meet, and we decided we want to meet go for dinner where it's like, the same distance for both of us. But he looked at it geographically, instead of looking at the train, how far it is by train. So in the end, both of us had to travel, 2.5 hours by train to go for dinner. But it was worth it. I loved it.
Yeah, dinner was good, and
conversation flowed.
Yeah, place was cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loved the toilet they had. It was literally a throne.
It was a throne. But yeah, so this is the 5th time we've met.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's wonderful. And what I love about it so much also is that, it was just a couple of months ago that Mo left me a voice message on a Monday morning. And he was like, hey, abcde, I had a shower thought. Is that what it's called? A shower thought? Yeah. And his shower thought was that him and I should do a a podcast together called The Virgin and the Kinkster. And I was like, this is the best idea ever. We should totally do it. And because Mo and I are proactive, we got it done. And here we are. And it's the most random thing ever. And also, like, Mo is the best because I'm so appreciative. He took care of, like, all the technical stuff. You took care of, like, buying the microphone, setting it up, all of that stuff that I'm not interested in doing.
My pleasure. Otherwise, you wouldn't be getting anything done if you didn't have other people, no?
That is true.
You are,
but I'm very good at asking for help and getting people excited to do stuff with me. Mm-hmm. So that's a strength. I just don't have the technical skills, nor do I want to learn these skills.
Mm-hmm. Because one thing that we haven't mentioned, in your profile, you said, you are polyamorous. I think it said solo poly.
Yeah, I'm solo poly.
There were a lot of words in your profile I didn't understand. Like edge play, I thought that had something to do with edging. When you get someone closer to climax and then you don't let them
that's what
come.
it is, though.
Oh, I looked it up.
What
it's
is it?
Something else. Like, I just read the Wikipedia article, and there is a picture of a man with a bleeding back.
A bleeding back?
Yeah.
Hot.
And, okay, whatever.
Why is his back bleeding?
Well, because it's, in the Wikipedia article, it says that edge play is, like, sexual practices that involve permanent risk.
That's like, tunnel play.
Look,
permanent. Tunnel play is more like there's no going back from it.
I'm not the expert here.
Well, maybe I should look it up and like revisit
I looked
this.
that up and I was kind of, okay,
concerned.
I learned something. Not concerned. But you also...
Maybe, like, also, I think with these kinds of things, it's better to look at Urban Dictionary. I'm sure Urban Dictionary has a really fun definition for edge play.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
But that was my experience,
right.
So I read your profile, I saw that word, looked it up, and said, oh my, that's quite something. But there was something else in your profile that stood out, and that was that you're a sexploratory artist.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we're going to go into what that exactly means in a different episode. Yeah. But maybe just a quick summary. What can people expect?
Of my art?
Of what that means.
What a sexploratory artist is, or how I define it. It just means that I like to, explore my limits mentally and physically, my limits, and challenge myself and my boundaries and try to overcome certain things that I face or fears. And I do that with the topic of sexuality, and it's usually on film somehow. And I share it.
Yeah, sounds good. So we've been going for over 18 minutes now. I think it's time to maybe...
But have we said everything we had to say?
I don't know.
About ourselves?
I was about to ask, is there anything you want to talk about before we wrap up?
No, I think we've covered the interesting things that we want to share. You're the virgin, I'm the Kinkster. Although I'm not a big fan of the word virgin. We've talked about this.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. But you insisted. It's a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it, obviously. What else? That we met via field. This is our 5th time meeting face to face. And that this whole podcast idea was a shower thought of yours on a Monday morning. And it was a great start to the work week for me when I got that message from you.
Yeah. Happy to provide that. Where do you want to take this? Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. No. I just want to, because it can also just be a way of us getting to know each other more, or covering different topics. For sure, the topics will be of sexual nature. Yeah. Because they always are.
Of course. Well, I just like to talk about stuff I know nothing about.
But you know so many things.
Yeah, but it's like book knowledge, that's not the same.
But that is okay, then I want to digress quickly here.
Okay.
This is a good way to end the podcast, I find. So, one of the things I love about you, as I already said, I love your proactivity and stuff. But another thing I love about you is your book knowledge, because some time ago, I made a post on Instagram about how when women fart, sometimes a fart can travel up, not the ass crack way, but like up the labia, and then it can like pop on the clit, which is like can be an interesting sensation. And then I talked to a few of my Kinkster friends, male Kinkster friends, and they were not aware about this. But Mo, you were. And that's like awesome that the virgin knows that women can fart and that the fart can travel up the labia. So for me, it's like you're so knowledgeable, such niche knowledge. It made me so happy.
Well, I'm a big brother to two little sisters, so I know, stuff like that.
But I also talked to one
up.
of my siblings. Like, it was the first time we've ever talked about, like, farts traveling up pussy lips. So, yeah. I love it.
Okay. Maybe I know some things.
You know a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah, but then let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
If you are still listening, thank you for your patience, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.